Imagine Netflix drops a brand new season of a show and millions of users hit play in the same minute. Now here's the problem. Netflix doesn't have one server, it has hundreds and they're not equal. If we send equal traffic to all, the smaller servers crash first and the whole system slows down. So today, we'll build a weighted load balancer in SQL Server using window functions, cumulative ranges, and a simple modulo trick. Let's begin with the problem statement. Netflix has 3 edge streaming servers available in a region. A higher weight server means the server can handle more streaming sessions. And the requirement is that for every incoming request, assign it to a server in relation to the weight and capacity of the server, which means that the traffic is weight distributed in the ratio 5:3:2 in our example. We have the two tables, the servers table that stores server capacity as weight, and the request table, which has the unique request number in request ID, the request time, and the user ID who made the request. Now the core idea here is that the sum of the weights of the 3 servers and our example is 10. So every request should map into a slot between 1 and 10. And that is what we'll be identifying through a SQL query, the slot assignment using the modulo trick for each request. So first of all, we are going to think of total weight as total slots. So in our example, since we have the weights as 5, 3, and 2. The total slots are going to be sum of those which are 10. So for server S1, there are 5 slots. For S2, 3, S3, 2. So now we are going to build the cumulative slot ranges using the window function. So what we are going to do is we are going to use the sum function on the weight. We are going to calculate a rolling sum. And we're going to order it by the server ID and call it as AND slot. And if you execute till here, you'll see the AND slot is the weight for that server. So the AND slot for S1 is 5. Now we need to identify what is the start slot for server S1. So the start slot is simply AND slot minus the weight of the server plus 1. So the AND slot is derived through this formula. So I'm just going to copy paste it here. I'm going to subtract the weight of the server. So weight plus 1. That's going to be the start slot for each server. So execute. And you'll see that for server S1, the start slot is 1 and slot is 5. For S2, it is 6, 8, 9, 10, and so on. So now we have the ranges defined for each server. Now we'll also need the total weight or the total capacity of all the servers in our system. So we are going to calculate it in this SQL statement itself, which we can later use in the next queries. So total weight will be simply sum of weight. And since we're using window functions, we have to use the over clause, but this is the total sum that we need, not a cumulative sum. So we're going to keep the brackets empty. Now if you execute this, you will see that the total weight is 10 for each record. So we're going to put this within a CTE. Let's call it server ranges as. Now in the next step, we are going to assign a slot to every request from the request table. So request 1 goes to slot 1, request 2 goes to slot 2, and so on till it reaches the 10th slot, and then it starts again from the first slot. So this is also called modulo hashing for repeatable routing. Now to implement this logic and give every request a repeating number from 1 to 10, we're going to use a formula to calculate the slot. So slot is equal to request ID from your table. So request ID minus 1. So the modulo starts with 0. That's why request ID minus 1. So for the first request here, 1 minus 1 is going to give you 0. And we'll see once we write the whole formula why we need a 0 here. Then we use the mod function, and the next argument is the total weight. So the request ID mod wait, and the total wait is 10 for all the 3 servers. So we can pull it out from the CTE that we just defined. So total wait from the CTE. So select max of total wait, because we just want a single record in the output. That's why we're using max from the CTE that we generated, server underscore ranges. So server underscore ranges. And then we're going to add a 1 because the slot numbers start from 1. And you can see on the screen how this modulo formula is going to calculate the correct slot numbers and a repeated cycle of numbers and slots from 1 to 10. Let's execute our code till here, and we can check it in the code. So you can see for request ID 1 till 10, we have the slots 1 to 10, and for request ID 11, we again start the cycle from 1. So this is a useful algorithm that you can remember when you need to create a repeatable cycle of numbers. It's also useful in some weekday calculations, like if you want to calculate the next Monday, then Monday after that, and so on. So now that we have the slots, the only thing remaining is to assign them to a server. So to do that, let's put this also within another CTE called request. Let's call it as request underscore slots, because the table is already called request. And then let's write our last select statement. So we need all these from the CTE, all the same columns from the CTE, and we are going to join it with the server ranges CTE that we created on the request slot that we generated between the start and end slot for each server that we calculated in the server ranges CTE. So s dot start slot and s dot end slot. And then we can pull in the server ID from the server ranges CTE. You can call it routed server. Order by the request ID and execute. And you can see that the first 5 requests have been allocated or routed to server 1. The next 3 have been routed to server 2, then server 3, and so on. And this is the entire query that we used. And that is how we implement a weighted load distribution.